Hi, I'm Jeff Haynes, editor at TechBargains, and today we're going to show you the unboxing of the Chameleon X-1 by Shogun Brothers. Now, if you're a PC enthusiast, you probably want to take a break every now and then from your work just to jump into a quick multiplayer game, or maybe play a nice PC shooter every now and then. But you don't really want to look around for a controller or something else just to help you get into your gaming experience. That's where the Chameleon X1 comes in by the Shogun Brothers. This wireless gamepad mouse is basically designed to fulfill the needs of not only day-to-day functionality as a wireless mouse, but also it converts over to a gamepad that you can easily use for any modern-day game. So let's take a look at it really quick. You'll notice that the device itself is prominently featured in the packaging, but when you pull out this case, this is pretty much what you're going to find when this device gets launched into stores sometime in Q1 of 2011 for around $55. As you can see, you've got your instruction manuals over here, the chassis of the mouse, the driver disc for the mouse itself, and one AA battery. The Chameleon X1 runs on one AA battery, and the runtime is supposed to last around 1.5 months, which is actually pretty good, especially considering that this mouse is supposed to have force feedback control. It also has a 2.4 gigahertz micro transmitter, and you should be able to get at least a good 15 feet away from your computer, so when you do decide to turn this into a gamepad, you should be able to walk away or lean back from your keyboard without any problems. So as you can see, it's just like a regular wireless mouse. You've got your typical left and right mouse buttons, scroll wheel just to advance the pages, and on the right-hand side of the mouse, you've got buttons to go forward or backwards whenever you're viewing web pages, and these two buttons on the bottom, which are actually designed to control the DPI of the mouse. You can go as low as 400 DPI or all the way up to the max for this device, which is 1600 DPI. What's really interesting about the X1 is this little gear wheel right here, because as you push it back, you actually lock the left and the right mouse buttons in place. And that's very important because when you decide that you want to turn the X1 into a gamepad by flipping it over, you actually see the full functionality of something that is essentially approximating an Xbox 360 gamepad. And that's turned on by holding in the start button on the bottom for about 4 to 5 seconds. That turns the mouse functionality off and makes this a wireless gamepad controller with every single thing that you would expect from a typical wireless controller. So let's say that you don't actually want to play a game, but maybe you want to listen to some music or watch a movie. Well, the Shogun Brothers have you covered there too, because the Chameleon X1 can also act as a wireless remote control. Instead of hitting the start button and holding it down for about 4 to 5 seconds, you instead hold the select button in for about 4 to 5 seconds, and that turns this into a wireless remote control. Instead of holding it horizontally, you hold it vertically. And that way, these buttons turn into your basic remote control features. You've got your play, your fast forward, your rewind. You can use this analog stick to navigate with your mouse pointer. So if you want to access a different folder or maybe even select a separate piece of music, you can easily do that with this right here. And you can skip back and forth in tracks or even skip tracks entirely. It's a really, really interesting feature, and the fact that they've decided to include all three functions into one specific package at such a low price could make this a really intriguing way to handle your multimedia in 2011. So, that's the unboxing of the Chameleon X1 by Shogun Brothers. We'll have the review of the device in the next couple weeks, but for more on the latest gadgets, be sure to check out techbargains.com.